Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your boy Noah Jones, and welcome to Today in HipHop episode 13. Today we got an exciting show for you. We have some T Grizzly news. We have some Young Thug news. We have some Kodak Black news. And we have some Bad Baby news. Before we get into that, let me talk about our sponsors. Today's sponsor is none other than NoahJonesNews.com. Where you find the hottest artists with the hottest shit and the hottest music and the hottest videos and the hottest. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to the people that tune in regularly. And if you're tuning in for the first time, I want to say welcome. This is a show where I give bun. Thinking about ass. Look at. I give unbiased criticism and report the current news in hip-hop and what's going on in the music industry. So without further ado, we're gonna get into today's first story. We're gonna talk about T Grizzly, ladies and gentlemen. T Grizzly's car gets shot up and his aunt/manager dies in the shooting. T Grizzly and his family undoubtedly have heavy hearts after the news broke of his aunt and manager, Jobina Brown, after a Tuesday night shooting left the 41-year-old dead. According to police, T Grizzly's Cadillac Escalade was shot up after a suspect approached the vehicle on foot, and as they were stopped. The shots rang out and hit Jobina 3 to 4 times in her left side. It remains unclear if T Grizzly was the target, but he and the driver were both uninjured in the shooting. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another classic case of you rap about that street shit, the street shit comes back to haunt you. Karma is a bitch. Karma is the worst lover you can ever have. Rest in peace to Jobina. But I'm a firm believer in the type of energy that you put out is the type of energy that returns to you. You put out positive energy, and positive energy is attracted to your well-being, attracted to your aura. If you think negatively all the time and you plot against other people and you do other people wrong and you rap about the worst shit you can rap about, killing people, shooting motherfuckers, selling drugs to your own people, destroying your community, all because you want to look cool, this is the type of shit that happens to you and your family. Now, it is very unsafe to be a rapper nowadays. With the likes of Chinks Drugs, Nipsey Hussle, Slim 400, all these rappers are getting shot at and killed or shot at and shot up, ladies and gentlemen. We have to do fuck prison reform. We gotta do rap reform. We gotta find a way to steer the negativity away from the current level of hip-hop, because right now, it is destroying these artists. It is destroying these artists. Now, you never really hear about the artists that make dance songs or whatever getting shot up, or club music getting shot up, or crunk music getting shot up, party music getting shot up. It's always the hood niggas. It's always the niggas that live the street life, that can't leave the streets alone, ladies and gentlemen, that this type of shit happens to. It's not an isolated incident. Some shit like this happens every single day, and it needs to stop. Needs to stop. Some of these artists need to diversify and start rapping about more positive things and start attracting that positive energy towards their character, towards their being, and maybe we can have a change in this type of situation. So rest in peace, the T Grizzly's aunt. I know the family's going through some mourning right now, and my advice to Grizzly, bro, leave that shit alone. You know what I mean? Leave that shit alone. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Evolve out of the street life instead of devolving or de-evolving. However you want to say it. But, yeah, man, that's my advice to T Grizzly, man. Like I said, rest in peace to his aunt. And, my blessings to his family. But, stay out of this type of lifestyle. So now we're going to talk about, we got your boy Young Thug. He has a new album coming out, ladies and gentlemen, Young Thug. The album is called Punk, and he says that it's influenced by Tupac. That's pretty crazy. All right, it says Young Thug has compared himself to Tupac in the past and he brought up the comparison again while speaking about his upcoming project, Punk. Thug spoke about being influenced by Tupac for the upcoming project, telling Rolling Stone, "I would like to say Punk is, even though it's not out, my best album, and would probably be Punk, because it's more like real life. It's more like Tupac. Tupac could be one of the biggest rappers in the world because he rapped what he rapped about. I had conversations with Jay-Z and he told me, we gotta learn how to continue what Pac had going. Pac was a teacher. Pac teaches." Speaking more on the project, he stated, "This album, Punk, that I'm gonna put out soon, is probably gonna be the best album because it really teaches you, gives you life situations, it's teaching, I'm human, it's very verbal, and I think it'll probably be my best album even though it's not out." Now, I'm not a huge Young Thug fan. I haven't listened to much of his music because he does and has done in the past a lot of weirdo shit that I feel is unnecessary and is very, I wouldn't say controversial, but it's gimmicky. Putting on a dress to sell records, calling other guys bae, all that weirdo shit to where he wants you to think he's gay, but he might not be gay, but the allure of being gay is what got everybody talking about him, not because of his music. You know, it's a shame when people have more comments about, you know, your sexuality than the music that you create. Now, for the most part, I will give him credit. I do like the Rich Gang, the Tour 1 album with him and, the fuck is that nigga's name? I can't even remember the nigga's name. Rich Homie Quan, that's right, Rich Homie Quan. Shout out to Rich Homie. Rich Homie's very talented, extremely talented. That album, in my opinion, is one of the best collaboration albums I've ever heard. You know, I gave this shit a chance, I gave it a listen, and I was really impressed by it. I really like that particular album. Now, after I heard that album is when I started noticing all the weirdo shit that he was doing, and then he had a fallout with Rich Homie Quan, and they're not even talking anymore, and they will not get in the studio and create music together. At least Young Thug is still creating music. Rich Homie Quan, he had label issues, he had a whole bunch of other things going on, and he pretty much slowed his music up to a point where nobody's checking for him right now. You know what I mean? And as an artist myself, I know that the more you work, the sharper your pen is, the better your songs end up being. When you take a huge hiatus, it's very difficult for a lot of rappers to just climb back in the saddle and get right back to where they left off and keep creating fire. So, I'm not sure if he's capable of it. We shall see. I am waiting to see what kind of music Rich Homie Quan puts out. But yeah, that's the status right now. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I may listen to it just because he's comparing himself to Tupac. I mean, and here's another thing. If you're comparing yourself to Tupac, why would you make your album title named Punk? That's another gimmicky weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's little shit like that steer me away from even giving Young Thug a chance. You know what I mean? I know J. Cole co-signed him and said he's brilliant, etc., etc. He's very talented. And, you know, I believe that without the gimmicks, and if he would just strip all this shit down and just be himself, then, you know, he probably can excel. He took like the best parts of Lil Wayne and reforged it and formed it into a whole different style. So, you know, shout out to him, but change the name of your album. Fuck calling it Punk. That shit is cornball. That shit is real cheesy. And especially if you're trying to go the Tupac route, it's got to be more influential than that. It's got to be a name that stands out. And don't be dressing in drag and shit while you on the cover of your shit. Maybe I'll check it out. All right, now let's move on to Kodak Black. Kodak Black changes plea to guilty in federal weapons case. Yep, Kodak Black changed his plea to guilty in federal weapons case on Thursday, August 22nd. This comes months after he pled not guilty to charges linked to falsifying information on federal forms to purchase 3 firearms. According to authorities, Kodak is facing 8 years in prison for the charges. The Miami rapper has remained behind bars since his arrest earlier this year, with a federal judge denying bond, stating that he believes Kodak is a danger to the community. And you're damn right. This nigga's a menace to society. Keep his motherfucking ass locked up, throw away the key, and I'm gonna tell you how stupid this nigga Kodak Black is. This nigga is so stupid where he still has a charge. He still got a rape charge that he's trying to beat right now. So let me tell you what the justice system is gonna do to this nigga. What they do is, if you haven't figured it out by now, they get you to plead guilty to one thing, and then they slap a whole bunch of other shit on top of you, saying that if you plead guilty to this, then you're automatically guilty for all these other things. So what they're gonna do is, because he's pleading guilty to this weapons case, they're gonna find a way to charge him for the sexual the case, the rape shit and all that other shit as well. And he's gonna go away for a long time. And he needs to. Because here's the thing. If you're doing stupid shit and you know you're under the watch of the public eye, and you're still taking these chances and you still, like, here's the thing. This motherfucker releases music and people rock with his shit and he makes money off his music. So you gotta be a real dumb nigga to, once you're making money off your music and you have the point to where you can move out of the hood, where you're still doing dumb ass criminal activity. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, this nigga's keeping it real right to prison, and that's where he's at, and he's not gonna get out. And this ain't the first time. This nigga's a career criminal. He's been in and out of jail multiple times. You know, the key is, once you get to that point to where you're making money and you can move out of the hood and you can do things for your family and you do things for your people, you don't forget your struggles, but you elevate your mind and you don't continue to do the same shit that got you locked up in the first fucking place. So, because he was already under the microscope because of the rape situation, if I was him, I would have been like, yo, I'm trying to stay squeaky clean because all this shit can come to an end in an instant. You know what I'm saying? Your 3 or 4 years worth of fun is not worth 55 years of pain. 55 years of being locked up. That's not some cool shit to go through. You know? And I don't know who he thinks he got to prove shit to. Who are you proving this shit to? Because a smart individual is gonna tell you, nigga, you fucked up. Why are you still in the streets? Why are you still doing dumb shit? Unless this nigga may just be mentally ill. He may have a mental illness. You know, we all know that the record labels, they prey on individuals from the hood that never had anything. And a lot of people from the hood suffer from PTSD. You know what I mean? From their living conditions and their environment. So they basically suffer from a lot of mental illnesses and things of that nature. You know? And then they take these opportunities thinking that it's gonna be a way out of the hood and to feed their family, but yet, for some reason, the chemical imbalance keeps them going back to doing the same shit that they're familiar with. It's like habitual. You know, this nigga's a habitual career criminal. So once again, I don't feel sorry for this type of nigga because, you know, you only get a certain amount of chances. And if you keep taking these chances and you keep throwing away the chances that the government is giving you, when you're obviously fucking up and you're catering to the stereotype of what they feel like all of us black people are anyway. Like, did you see this nigga's hairstyle? The nigga looks like Sideshow Bob. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like, why would you even come outside looking like that? I remember an old interview that he went to the Breakfast Club. The nigga had a ski mask on in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seems like he's mentally challenged. Like, why would you go to a radio station interview where there's gonna be cameras on you and they're gonna be filming you, and you got a black ass ski mask on with your gold teeth sticking out through the hole in the bottom, and you're talking real ignorant. So like I said, you play a stupid game and you win, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you win that stupid prize, the Kodak Black prize. To play a stupid game, win a stupid motherfucking prize. Oh my God. All right, for our final story, we're gonna talk about Bad Baby. Now, Bad Baby, if you never heard of her, she's the Cash Me Outside girl. Super ignorant. Oh my God, I can't even talk about her music because you can't pay me to listen to that shit. That shit is trash. You can't pay me to listen to that shit. But she got a tattoo, ladies and gentlemen, and I know what you're thinking. Like, Noah, who cares? It's only a tattoo. But it's the name on the tattoo. Check it out. It says Bad Baby gets NBA Youngboy's name tattooed on her hand. Bad Baby and NBA Youngboy have a muddied history, which makes Bad Baby's latest tattoo a bit of an eyebrow raiser. During a performance, a fan took a snapshot of Bad Baby's new ink but couldn't quite make out what it read. Bad Baby came out and said the tattoo said Kentucky, but upon further review, that looked to be false. Seeing that the Kentucky explanation wasn't working, she shared a picture of her new ink, which reads Kentrell, which is NBA Youngboy's first name. Bad Baby revealed during an interview last year that NBA Youngboy was her first love, but considering that she's still underage and Youngboy is now 19, the nature of their relationship remains unclear. Once a hoe, always a hoe. She was hoeing at a young age, fucking them rap niggas. She's still young, still fucking them rap niggas. I got 3 words for you, Bad Baby. Herpes, Valtrex, get checked. That's actually 4 words. Get checked is 2 words. So yeah, herpes, Valtrex, get checked. Because it has been officially confirmed that NBA Youngboy has herpes. His girlfriend has herpes, he has herpes, he announced it in a song. And maybe you need to get checked, homegirl. Because you might have that incurable disease as well. The herp. The bumpity bump bumps. Bonk, 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 bonk. Go to the doctor, get checked out, and then move on from there. But that's what happens. These little young hoes, try to be all fast and don't care. See, what you don't understand is it only takes one fuck up to ruin your life. You can fuck that one guy and get AIDS. You can fuck that one guy or girl and get herpes. And now you're screwed for the rest of your life, trying to be fast. People don't believe in protecting themselves. Everybody want to live loose. There's too much shit floating around out there for you to be this reckless. And you're young. You know, you get this type of shit at 19, you gotta live with this shit for the rest of your life. And shout out to the dumbass bitches that's still trying to fuck this nigga knowing he got an incurable disease. That just shows how stupid these hoes are. Because no woman of respect, no woman of value, no woman of class is gonna knowingly sleep with a man knowing that he has an incurable disease. I don't give a fuck how much money the nigga got. You know, most relationships don't last. So you're basically throwing your dick on a crap table. Shit don't last. The relationships don't last. So yeah, the moral of the story is today, protect yourself, stop living so fast, stop YOLOing everything. Play a stupid game, win a stupid prize. Stop fitting the stereotypes. And do what's best for you. Let's change the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. We as individuals can change this narrative. We can have good things to report on as well. It doesn't necessarily have to always be bad. But if you're playing a stupid game and you're winning a stupid prize, I'm gonna talk about it. Because I, on the other hand, am not playing that game. I am not winning those type of prizes. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into the show. This was episode 13. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I appreciate everybody that's playing this show for everybody else and putting new listeners on to the podcast show. This is Today in Hip Hop, episode 13. I am your motherfucking host, N to the Izzo, Noah Jones. No Breaks Noah, Mr. 200 himself. And be prepared for the new album that I got coming out in a couple of weeks. Love y'all. Peace.